Geshe Tenley Lama Zopa Rinpoche Ali, one again. Me. Hey, comfortable? Hey, say, still, until payment. Ale, on labor. Ale, I'm changing issue. Can this? Ah, ja, Nicola camera. I don't know, she just told it. I don't pay look so ja. I don't pay look so ja. Oh, chicken, I don't let me delay ja. Could you? You're in change issue. Elaya, could tamani cover. Oh, you know the church chamber. A coso to do single. Dangerous. Another, another Tama Mel Pashiomer. They take Shuan Boston Kai. Mushwa Champ. Don't you know? When you remember it. Really, money. So much like that. Koi. I don't know there. And transition. Say, and transition loss. One more we are watching. There's a lot of Tibetan tradition. They come to see the temple, come from Colorado. There's a local person. 지지에서 다 나줄라 도마치야. 어서도 어. 상황은 든 똑똑하지. 그래서 아, 곳에서 내놔라야. 야샤도 바꾸나. 가시 뭐네 나주 도마치는 거. 가시 양지 sembo강에 태우데. 가시 양 로저 오더네 요새. 아무래도 어떠시. 놀러서 놀러서. Okay, anyway, it's like tradition by Tibetan people go to the temple, pay respect. Hello, how are you? Are you the some student? Where are you from? Boston, okay. Okay, anyway, welcome to some new people here and some people on the sky. Another COVID thing goes there. You man go zone online humor. That is not that in the Mikan Kashi Yakub Shambane of the idol. Take a song to the Loso, Latoshina. So, Loso, I live kissing house. She's a god. I don't know, she's a will god. Come going. I'm not Sera.
That's the combined magnet.
Yeah.
It's a color. Again, a lot of small changes to the single. Since you
Also, Jay that they should have been chapter that day. Loso, it's also from Belokobe. I have a lot of touch. Belokobe is come from South India, a lot of Tibetan and monasteries and people there. That's all. Jay, you know what you do.
가수를
저는 막 구슬레가 될 제냐만요. 구슬레가 될 제냐만요.
맞지만요. 지난 이 가수를 세라라 텐데 세라 제일 좋았던데 내가 몰라. 이 저랑도 정말 오스테인 가서가도 광고를 지에 지난 작업을 남지니.
네.
콩고 작업을 남지리라.
왜?
라오.
아,
이전에 암지 망고치는
he's doctor.
세라라 광고 시소알라.
That's the doctor.
보지 공부 좀 되잖아요. 이건 말하듯이 뜻은 발견한 당황하시지 않냐. 감정 제가 잡으려니
아니다. Let's 안지야 가오셔. let's. 그래서 너 더원하고 짜이도 하는데. He's from also South India, and he's also doctor. He's a local person. Anyway, it's wonderful. Good morning, and for everyone on the sky, and also we believe the Tibetan tradition. We have very strong faith. They go to the temples, they pay respect, and they feel better. They feel very blessing. Also, if you guys come here, you have any different feelings? That's some people say in the Facebook that I'm from Sera. Anyway, in Tibetan tradition, you go to a lot of pilgrimage and also go to the temples to respect. They see the masters, take their blessing. And also when people come, we put this in their head. They feel blessing. Okay, the Western different tradition, different culture. This is why you do that. Because the different culture, different there. And also we put the mala, like also when the lamas give some blessing waters. In Tibet, not a different culture and a different belief. Sometimes some disease, the doctors cannot do anything. Usually in Tibet, they don't have any really good doctors. All like some herbs for medicine. When some disease, they always come up, never go away. Then they go to see the monks. Then the monks, not all the time. That some tomorrow totally they brought. They have very strong power. But not only the person the power to the master, person to also believe all connection together. Therefore, and now the people going to the Buddhism people, like Buddha Gaya, in India, even pilgrimage, because they believe that we believe we get the blessings from the place. Why? Because Buddha was 2,500 years before he was born there. He studied there, meditation. He enlightened. He put the blessing give blessing for the place. Now we can receive the blessing of the place. If you believe like that, and like this can't be here now. And sometimes people go to the museum. Like this maybe 2,000 years old, blah, 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 blah. And then we go to the temples, not like that, to get blessings. People want to come here, they say, okay, look like the Shakyamuni. I wish I become like the Shakyamuni. For benefit for other beings. Like that. I wish Buddha bless for everyone. You believe like that, you go walking around like that. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of meditation, okay? I'm sure you guys are very exciting to meditation. And the meditation has so many different ways. According to Tibetan Buddhism, we need to make sure we focus some object, not just Sometimes you just sit quietly, meditation that according for better Buddhism we don't that we need to some object in mind, just focus that. Another one we say analytical meditation. We say, okay, I'm the gym. I'm the mark. Both. How I am identifying myself. Have you checked, you guys? Have you ever checked how I am exist? Morning we go to the get up, watch the way, look at the mirror. Oh, I'm looks good. Oh yeah, we shape things, and this can how we identify ourselves. How exist things. We analytical meditation, like investigation, science, the science checking, like in order to check the talent, we can say talent, right? How many times they check? How many years they check? Now last year there's the COVID vaccine come very fast. Usually they say in order to like some medicine come out the how you call it, market takes years. They checking investigation how they work. Exactly as like that. In Tibetan Buddhism, we check for investigation how things exist, how our mind function, how we follow our mind in the objects, how it work. We study that, then we try to control our minds. You guys control your driving, right? You just push back, brake, stop. But we say, okay, we control our body. We say, okay, lock the door. We can't go out. Our mind go to everywhere. Therefore, if our mind go to good places, okay, that we just have so many different, delusions, bad thoughts. We follow that, then we feel very stressful, loneliness. But we follow the wrong mind, we get the result of wrong things. Therefore, there are two ways. One's concentration, one analytical. Even concentration, we need to some object, keep our mind, just stop that. Okay? Therefore, don't pay attention. If you hear something or someone, you just do your own business. Without meditation, okay? Therefore, in order to dialogue some new people here, I would like to first we do the breathing meditation. The breathing meditation, when you do that, you just first sit and come to as much as you can. There's so many different positions. There are also a reason. If you follow the position, your body become more straight. Your body becomes straight, your veins, nerves become straight. If your nerves can go straight, the wind go through very regularly. Therefore, if wind go to very straight order way, our body become more function, our mind become more function. This is the reason, you have so many different positions, but now you can just comfortable as much as you can. Then you close your eyes, start to breathe in and out. You don't need to do any different things. Just regularly, gently, just normal, just awareness you. Okay, now I'm breathing in and out. Count in and out, count around. In, in terms, okay? Do you do that, okay? or visualization or focus. You're comfortable in any Buddha image from behind me. Then try to think, I wish I become like him for benefit for all Mother Sentient beings. How to focus that, think like that. Keep your mind there, okay? If you want to open your eyes, look the image, it's fun. If you're not very comfortable to, very familiar, you can, I wish I become to very happy person, peaceful person. And you try to keep like that. Then try to feel or feeling you got the blessings from the Buddhas. Resolve to you, go through your mind and body to experience some peace and warm feeling, or comfortable feeling, or relaxed feeling. Then the feeling become out of your body like white cloth shed for all the mother sentient all over the world. Okay, maybe you can go out of that someone to the top of the heat. Yeah. That meditation destroy those. What's all that? I try to very focus on what sound that coming. Okay. Okay, anyway. How many people, who you guys, you heard the Buddhism before? Have you heard before? You studied before? No? How about you? Do you study, you guys? Behind the people? Revered? How about you? Okay. Yeah. Actually, and the Tanganzo Nambi choose at the Ganji. Tanganzo Sim Jujutanga, Lachaji, but
So Buddhism is like a tool, to change or transform your mind.
and the Sidan Jungazo, Manzo Nyam to Young lead on Sem Senyo.
So generally we have, the body and a mind.
The Lila Sota Jedi Tango Shulokun Tichedan, Membadan, and each Shalin accident and negative that Lila Shumabutatapur.
So you can bring transformation to your body, externally by doing the exercises or by taking kind of medicine, by seeing a doctor and so forth.
Anichi Ligi, Anichi Ta, Nazata to the Yanging member Saji, Yango Tratu.
And the physical disease or sickness can be cured, by taking medicines from the doctors.
I am going to have a same sage, same sage. Then I do, we have course, we have come out of Tindigi. I'm going to look at a watching. Never training to Shipas, same sage.
And then we have also this thing called mind, that can feel, happy, feel sad, or the mind that thinks, oh, I feel this way, I feel that way, I'm good, I'm bad, like that. So that kind of thing, that thinks that's called mind.
And then on the baby looks like Sachi to pass a like Kanji. Lapan do some to the Lapan don't you couldn't do matter English. Corona, Shelley, the thing, and also necessary training, Tindigi. Attention out to Yam the Yor.
And so in Buddhism, we define the mind as something that is clear and cognizing, or knowing, and it is clear, because it doesn't have a form. It's something, not something solid that you can catch with your hand, but then it has this function of cognizing or knowing the things. So that's able to cognize, like, oh, this is this, this is that. I feel this, I feel that, like that kind of cognition. It's there, so it's called clear and cognizing.
And it Tindigi Shibati and net to okay, the tongue under Taylor.
And so this kind of mind, brings these cognitions or the feelings, to us.
And telling take it so not to take a net to la tene, and the gondola and it's what they took. Panu Tindigita.
And then from getting these feelings, into our mind, then we say, oh, I feel happy, or I feel, sad, and so forth. So, these kind of different kind of feelings, like the feeling of sadness, happiness, or neutral feeling come. And then there's this mind, there are many different kind of minds, right? So, or maybe like a mental factor that brings, all these kind of the feelings, to our main mind. And so the scientists, will say the brain is the mind. There's nothing other than the brain that is a mind. But according to Buddhism, the mind and brain are totally different things. And but even though they are totally different things, but they are very strongly dependent or related with each other. Because if there's something goes wrong in the brain, that can affect the mind also. It's just like the light, the electricity and the electric wire are different, right? And just like the electric wire, carries the electricity, right? If there is something wrong, with the electric wire, like I said, there are many different kind of wires, right? So some have 2 pairs, some have more than 2 pairs. So if any wire is disconnected or broken, then that will affect the electricity. So you will not be able to get the electricity. So you understand that, right? So the electric wire is not electricity, and electricity is not the electric wire. Is that right? So although they are not each other, but they are strongly dependent on each other, right? So if you, in order to get the electricity, you need to have the electric wire, right? So the mind, and the channels or the nerve system, is similar to like that, according to Buddhism. So it's not the brain itself, it's the nerves inside the brain, right? And so there's so many different kind of nerves in the brain, and then each brain has its one way or channels, for the mind, to move around.
Like I said, how many nerves we have?
How many nerves are there in the brain?
Who study the science and the universities? We study? Not yet.
According to Buddhism, in our body, not just the brain, but in the whole body, there are like 21,000 nerves. And then, so where is the mind? So the mind is pervaded, in the nerves, and the nerve is pervaded in the body, right? So because there's a nerve, the mind inside the nerves, and that's why wherever there's cut or anything, then we get the feeling. And so then there is the nerves carries what do you call that, the wind and the blood, right? So if the wind and blood stops in that nerve, then you will not get the feeling also. So like say in the finger, if the nerve stops there, and then from there to the tip of the finger, you will not get anything.
Okay, I'm just talking different directions. 제가 teneda 간대다 감도 간들 아니 감도 소소다 카가이 감도 샘세 시바세줄 아니 되게 감도라 가두고 초와데 저기요 제가 tende기 시발라 지금마다마다 mambo 요베 차니 남주 감도 소소다 인ям도 조보타 녀쇼데 내자 시야당 뭐 공동 맞아 들어 용거요.
So because of this mind that we have, we get these different kind of feelings, like the feeling of happiness, sadness, or neutral, so feelings. And then this kind of feeling is brought to us by different kind of minds that we have. And the closest ones that we have, that we always have, are the attachments, anger, ignorance, and so forth.
아, 나는 이거로 소수급스 강 통화 소수 강 삼바 소수를 이치 강이와 다른 이 삼백에 따가로 근데 따와 주신 거죠.
And also we have this strong mind, or rather a view, that thinks that whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I, think, is correct. So this mind thinking that this, whatever I see, whatever I think, is correct, is a strong view that we carry all the time with us.
나도 내가 직제거나 문유슈가 내가 직제거나 문유슈다 내가 직제거나 문유슈 때 강가 삼촌 통과 말해. 만타면 남녀가 가디나 두바자다 된 거로.
And so, for example, like if there are 20 people who are trying to work together, then it's difficult, to get the same idea from everybody. or it's difficult for everybody to get along, with one idea. And so that's why, because there are different people have different thoughts, different ideas, different views, therefore we don't get along and we get into fight with each other like that.
아니 나도 소소소 삼로 야무도 소소 이체체사 소소 캐나다 좀 받대 빼 쭉침버 선거 대소 르 토고 말다 르니 토고 말.
And because of our strong clinging, to our idea or to our view, and we don't want to give up, that, we say, oh, this is how it is. This is how I think, it is, and this is how it is. Like that kind of idea or that kind of view, we have very strong that we don't want to, give up on that.
다 텔레 예배갈다 예배갈야다 말아서 수수 섬서 수수 따와 야무도 수수 캐는데 미치게 저한테 누구도 라고 가라 가지고 다 아니 직 소소라야 소와 동아서 연구를 딱까지 막아वे 참 좋아하는 거래.
And so because of that strong belief or strong idea or strong view, when somebody goes against that, somebody says, oh, you are not right, this is not how it is, then we immediately become sad or become mad and so forth. So according to Buddhism, that mind is not correct all the time, right? So that mind, which thinks where I think, where I see are correct, that mind is not correct all the time. And you have to change that mind, and that can be changed also.
제가 수주 샘데 좋았다. 수주 삼로 대 대체 초말도 많이 봐지. 수주 삼로 땅 아니 네 수주 좋았다 더 와이나 아니 땜보쇼 잘로요.
And of course, the bringing a change or transformation to that mind, not by force saying that no, it's not allowed to think it that way. It's not like that, but by analyzing it. Is it really like that? Oh no, it's not really like that. So when you come to see that it's not really like that, not like what I think, not like what I see. When you understand that, and then you can change. Oh yeah, so it's not always like that, and then you change your mind, from thinking in the other way, and not as we think all the time. And then that kind of transformation or change will be more stable.
앞에 가도 18세 공로사지로 공로사시. 공로사하고 공로사 등에는 지나 안된 가도 소소야 기본만 수수로 봐도 기본만 장로 그래 생각도 나고 그래.
And then we have another mental factor, that's called anger. Right? So if the anger arises, then we become unhappy, and then people around us, will be unhappy as well.
안가도 곰대 자겠다. 아티 다딩가도 곰대 안에 지된다. 제komenda.
So now we're going to do meditation, okay? So this time the meditation will be analytical meditation.
너 공로사뇨.
Have you ever been angry?
angry. Ever? 다 담보 소속 배나 나도 아직 코너 사모녀 가지 요 말이야. 제가 안에 다 소속다. 소속 코너 사녀와도 소속 코너 사요 값이 소속 대 하고 같이. 대기 소속 아니 맞지와 책인데 로바도 맞지와 책인데 아 코너 가려서 티가 가서 검장이다. 아무 코너사 오가 계속 코너사서 티가 가 토가네 쇼무세. 뭔가 나오면 이 맞지 코너사셔. 티가네 쇼무. 근데 수수 그때 제가 저 봤지. 제 코너 여보 여사만 싸면 좋으면 수수지 냠냠요도 어디가 코너 쇼사. 좀 마셔라요. 들리지 수수지랑 돼.
So if you have never been angry, then you can't do this meditation. But if you have been, then you can. So you can think when you became angry, how was it? How did you feel? And did you feel happy? Did you feel angry? Or did it cause others around you to be unhappy or uneasy around you? So think like that. So then think about the situation when you become angry. Oh, so yeah, yesterday, when somebody said this or somebody did that, I became angry at that time. At that time, was I happy? Or was I unhappy? Did I cause others around me to be unhappy also at that time or not? So that kind of analytical meditation. So we're going to do that.
Okay, you all ready? I hope you found you got mad one day. Yeah, do you find when you get mad?
I'm in traffic.
어제 다 둘이는 전체 제준다 뭐가도 코로사위 나타 가서 코로사에 가서 코로라고 우주 삼 코로라 말이 왔어.
So, so anyway, like that, right? So there are many kind of situations, where you become angry, and when you become angry, you didn't have the intention. Say, I want to become angry, so I'm going to become angry, right? Like that, you didn't have that kind of intention, right?
네. 아니 나도 삼나 그 코로라서 뭐 코로라서 나도 가디는 미션발라파 먼저 야라테 되거든.
We normally don't think about ourselves becoming angry, right? So we always think that, oh, he was angry, she was angry, and so forth. So we always think about the other person being angry.
제가 다 드니 삼걸라다 아주 남배추는데 대미파초 저 삼션의 코로랑게 말이나 알아서 소소게 중화가 좋다 소소고 당게 간쇼 마 소소 삼로 땅땅 여문의 소소 켈레 야문의 소소 삼들라 차바쇼치 뭐 여와다 차한테 등불라다는 것도 코로사기 그래.
And so then other person, when they become angry with us, it's not like they become angry intentionally or by will, but it's because of the situation, and especially because of holding the strong view, thinking that this is how it is, and this is how it should be. And when somebody goes against that, no, you shouldn't do this, or you should do like this. Then when you go against that, then that person becomes angry. So that's the kind of situation that creates the situation for the person to become angry.
제가 지금 당간조 가는 미스만나 소소라 코로랑게 미파초와디 저는 쌈뜨는 것들이 코네와 찍어서 코로랑 말다 브라다 간네서 마보 쳐와지 코로랑 거야자 아주 우유네서 가는 바데 하코와지 아니 코로 말랑 답이지 가지는나 코로라는 소소 있지 보면 더 예바 있지 보면 더 왔던 탐이 이제 대장 그래.
And so if you think like that, if you think that other person became angry because of the situations like that, the other person doesn't have intention at all to become angry at you. It's just the kind of situation made that person to become angry. When you think like that, then you don't become angry towards that person. And otherwise, you always get angry. When somebody says something bad or something out of anger, when they do something to you, then you become angry also. And when you become angry, then you become unhappy like that. But when you think in that way, that other person is not to be blamed, it's just the situation that made the person to become angry, then it subsides your anger a little bit at least.
제가 다 두지는 삼로 땅에 밑에 컨트롤 맞아지 미기지 놈을 컨트롤하는 초요.
So like that, you instead of blaming the person, and becoming angry at the person, you blame the situation, and then you can become angry at the situation, like the delusion. You can become angry at the delusion of the person, not at the person, but at the delusion of the person.
도지는 삼로 땅지 아니 컨트롤 예발 뭐 하고네 곰 잡네 삼로 땅와이나 갈래 컨트롤 매와 찬도. 컨트롤 매와 찬은 컨트롤 세베 동안에 연구 말아.
And so like that, so if you think like that, meditate, of course, you have to meditate, means like to get familiar with that kind of thought. It will not happen just like that. Just by thinking once or twice, you will not, of course, it helps, but it doesn't become accustomed, to that. So in order to become accustomed to that kind of thought, you have to do meditation. And so when you do meditation like that, then, then it will become easier for you to think right away when somebody becomes angry at you. And then by thinking like that, then you don't become angry. So when you don't become angry, then you don't have to go through the suffering of becoming angry. And so then what we should think on the contrary to that is that I'm going to be, a good person. I'm going to be a kind-hearted person like that. And then, in other words, I will generate the altruistic attitude, like Bodhisattva, or like the intention to benefit others.
딘디가 샹지고 센터 간다 간지 심제 탐이 쳇다가 간지 사지고 간지 뇨모치네 묘에서 노스 딘디 섬로진 바로와.
And so the altruistic attitude here, which we translate as a bodhicitta, is the intention to want to become a Buddha, right? In order to eliminate the sufferings of other beings.
딘디가 샘데 제와라 바치 쪼데 마치와 제와라 바치 쪼데 아니 콘로 차데요레. 제와만 냠동에 대한 아니 콘로 차데요. 딘데다다 조바공고레 스탄간도 슌줄 안다 게시 오늘 드린시아다 슌줄테 셰고요레.
And so that kind of mind of bodhicitta, the biggest problem to generate that, is the anger. So it's the anger that prevents us from generating the bodhicitta, which has not generated before, and also it's the anger which causes to decline the bodhicitta, which has been generated before. And so therefore, it is important, to overcome the anger. And the only way to overcome the anger is by practicing patience. So this is what we are studying now from the Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life.
그렇지. 다 배잖아. 아니 아무나 샹지고 센터 간다 배나 나눠서 랍자 콜리지 되거든요. 땅가 먹어 미션발에 펜토기 야고 채운다. 다때 약속돼. 멤버 체들에 샤스면 클로드 리지컨 소소 멤버 장와이나. 어떤 섬들이라고. 클로드 소소 뭐 벤조 세치 말바. 미션발에 펜토치고 대 약속되다 멤버 체들에 샤 되는 로섬네. 어떤지 섬로 클로 대키네. 로조 체들에 소리고. 아주 먹어발로 샘제 참말에 펜토치고 뒤치든 가도 곰냠을 제 예섬 어떤다고.
So the bodhicitta will be like when you go to college, so I want to do something, so I want to do something to benefit others. So for that reason, I'm going to become a doctor. I'm going to study to become a doctor in order to benefit others, like that. So that intention, that creates you to, that wants you to become a doctor because of wanting to help others, like that. So this is similar here. Bodhicitta is a mind that wishes to become Buddha, so that you can benefit other sentient beings, so that you can help others to be free from their suffering. So that kind of intention is called bodhicitta. And so there are so many obstacles that prevents us from generating the bodhicitta. Like for example, when we are criticized, we become unhappy. When we are praised a little bit in some ways, then we become happy, right? Is it like that?
제자 안에 나 텔레 가고 싶고 전화 안에 미 아주 남주 나 소소 내가 가르치는 미지가 또라 아이가 답시다. 아니 미게 소소를 메라 마다 답이 주보 제다나 대주보를 포커스 제다나 아니 지보요 말해서.
So if we are focused on this thing only, so we want others, we want to make sure that others praise us, and we want to make sure that others don't criticize us. If we only focus on that, then we're not going to be happy.
제가 뒤골라 딱 가상하던데 쇼줄래가 두번 마셔야 되고 그래. 다 데리다가 빠지 쇼로가 굽죠. 고도 많이 되거든.
And so this is what we've been talking in this guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, 6th chapter, the chapter on patience, and then I think we are on the 96th or 97th verses now.
Yeah, you go to couple verses, and if you don't have text, it's okay. Okay, thank you. You also Bob can share here now for very kind for internet, and Bob knows all things here. 7 or 96? 96, right? 97. 97. Yeah. I think I do like the and a TV dog to the sheer rang gawa chejerba. They are tetra mentepe, she wish of a corner says. After an emigo Toratana Gawachi, Madonna Magawas take some more tanda te, the Puchu sometimes the chipares.
So just like it is said in this verse 97, therefore the happiness that arises from thinking I am being praised is invalid. It is only the behavior of a child. So that kind of thought, thinking that, oh, I'm happy when I'm praised, it's like a behavior of a child. Do you guys feel happy when somebody praises you?
Yes, right. You're all right. You're looking for that. 아니 소주 끊어야 직돌았다 그래가 잡는 비 마다는 것좀 요용거든.
And then also if we have the intention, to do something because you want to be praised by others, then say nobody praises you, then you become unhappy, right?
오케이 다 모두 공작이 나와서. 그래서 남자야 미 돌아다는 빼 가고. 네 소주 그래가 잡는 마트바이나 마가와 차도도 대담고 네 니라게. 아니 지난게 미 돌아다는 그래가 짠짠 잡다바이나. 그래서 마타바이나 지난 안에 semba가 말했어. 제자문에 돌아다는 그 특가무지랬어. 이제 비 돌아다니면 저 야차다 돌아만 두차게요 말해. 근데 보고도 집발에 보고 som다가 집안 가서 보고 주주도 내가 제단 가서 개모셔 아다 보고 신경 말서 개모셔 신경 말서 가다가 보기 제단에 해서 가서 지금 다다제로 대도 집발이라고 그래.
And so I'm going to do meditation now here. So that hope or expectation of a praise from somebody when you do something, so if you are not praised, then you become unhappy. When you are praised, you become happy. Yeah, so that doesn't matter actually. It's that the praise and praise is just a mere word. If somebody praises you, you become better, and if nobody praises you, you don't become better. It's not like that. Whether they say that mere word or not, you are what you are. So praising doesn't really matter. But people become happy when they are praised and unhappy when they're not praised. So that is like a behavior of a child.
당도 건드지한다. 소소 밑에 힘배. 아무리 미 돌았나 남주 가오지. 밑에 그냥 등보다는 마가 지금 밑에 힘배. 다도 담보소 때 소소 밑에 단다 빼셔 특징나 나가 밑에 힘배.
So now first you're going to meditate on yourself, thinking, am I the person? Am I that kind of person? Just like it is said here in the text, Am I that kind of person? A person who becomes happy when I'm praised, and unhappy when not praised? Am I that kind of person first?
Okay. But to visually for yourself, I am like that kind of person. Okay. How's it? Do you like that? You do, right? Yeah, everybody like that, right? But it makes big difference for us. We look someone that you are a bad person, or you didn't do good things, or you are doing wrong. You feel very bad. You feel unhappy, right? Therefore, according to text, not looking for the war. It's just war. It doesn't mix, someone that you are very good person, it doesn't mean that you are good. Someone that you are very bad, it doesn't mean that you are bad. You know yourself. Therefore, if you're looking for only like that, for praise others, then you feel always uncomfortable. Now I will change that. Try to my own best, doesn't matter whatever other people thinking. If you're looking for always to other people thinking, then if someone looking bad way, wrong way, we will feel unhappy, uncomfortable, very sad. Therefore, we need to change that thought. We need to change the, or believe also. You can believe. Yes or no. This is we have to change that way. If we, see these verses, they understand the meaning. We say, okay, did I am like that kind of person? That's not me. That's someone else. Okay, that's good. Or maybe I'm also like that kind of person. And we need to try to change that. And you say, okay, you change. You cannot think that doesn't work. Then analytical meditation. Why? How? Is it really makes big change? Someone praise me or not praise? Think that way. Then we're able to change. Also change it very, very stable. Okay? ordination 아니 내리 티르레 로치 대 아니 소소 삼로지 이거다 아니 소소 디단 저번 두도 문도 아니 따와이나 아니 펜도는 거요 되네만 어떤 데들이 임바리 어떤 데들이 레샤 데들이 임바리 삼나 아니 간소 다 피기 빼샤니 시원이 파리 못 차와도 펜도고 말해.
So this is how we should meditate, by applying to oneself, am I that kind of person? Do I feel happy when somebody praises me? Do I feel unhappy when somebody doesn't praise or criticizes me? Am I that kind of person or not like that? So then you can, relate that, to the teaching to yourself. In other words, if you just listen to it and then say, oh yeah, it is like that, it is like that, then you create a gap between the teaching and yourself, and that teaching doesn't help you at all.
에체나간도 배 차와 버게 왔지. 근데 차와 안나 달려나서나 팽거리 삼네 대대바나 차와 마야 차고 말어. 달려나서 줄래 요 사오로 아니 진 팽거로 와.
So it's not like when you have a high fever, say like you have to take a Tylenol to cure that, so, and then oh yes, yeah, you have to take a Tylenol, you can You can get better if you take a Talner. By thinking like that, it doesn't help you. You have to go there out yourself, buy the Talner, and take it yourself. Then that will help. So it's similar to that.
Okay.
So let's read the verse 98. Praise and so forth distract me, and also undermine my disillusion with cyclic existence. I start to envy those who have good qualities, and all the very best is destroyed. And this is like when a practitioner meditate. This is how he or she will think. But normally, it feels like we have nothing to do with this. So we don't normally think that praise and the fame distracts us. We don't think like that, right? So, but this is how the practitioner will think. Normally, in our case, we'll be very happy, right? We are always attached, to the fame and praise. And so from the Dharma practitioner's point of view, expecting that kind of thing, and working for that, is a waste of time. Because in our normal life, and as a normal life of ordinary person, that's all we are working for, right? Every day, from morning to night, we are going around working, just to get the food, shelter, and fame and name, right?
Okay. And then you want to share? Chairs here. You want to sit chair? Go get the 2 chairs. Thank you. Put some cushions there. Thank you. You are comfortable with that? 제가 안에 또 치료를 되는 게 내가 스코어만 보여래. 자다 지워가도 미가 나부 마셈비가 근데 sem체만 보여라. 오늘 둘소이만 다 세인디고 수수까지 보고 있어야 돼. 수수까지 마시 받듯이 갈았어야 돼. 예사 구칭 들어오라.
So getting things for this life, is not that crucial. Like nothing, to be surprised of. Like even the wild animals, the undomesticated animals, the animals that are not cared by people, like squirrels and so forth. They are also capable of getting things, for themselves, for their life, like creating family, looking after the family, getting food, and preparing the place to live and so forth. They can even they can do that.
제가 가지고 수수고 체인디가 또다 그다 땀다 년다 된데 주고 봐 이대와 있나? 아니 된데도 집바 자는 거래. 해서는 고고다.
So if we're what we're seeking is all that, the food, shelter, clothing, and the name and fame, then we're not much different from the animals like that.
다니라다 안에 저쪽 담나 이해와시 되는 좁은 집바 셔야되나 된데라 저봐 이대와 있나? 나도 가래 대원동에 가다래. 된데 장장라 이해되었나? 수수 대화 용하게 제든 징도를 매가 찬도를 했어.
And so just like it says, if we envy those, who have good qualities like that, like good food, good clothes, good place to live, big name, fame. So if we envy or if we seek for that kind of things, then that will destroy the very best. So then what we're going to get from practicing Dharma, like liberation and enlightenment, will be destroyed by that.
아니 간지 어떤 코알 하야게 단독으로도 계속 말했어. 이런 코알 단독으로도 징도를 했어.
So if you envy and attach, to the good qualities of this life, then we will not have intention to achieve liberation or enlightenment, and so that thought wanting to achieve liberation will be destroyed.
아니 코알나 가래. 다는 가도 코알나 열어. 주도 코알나 너무 코알나 열어. 너무 코알나 열었어. 간다.
So right now we're in cycle existence. What is cycle existence, right? So we know what is cycle existence, and we are all in cycle existence right now, right?
then 코알 찌고요 말라다 사직 주나래.
So in Buddhism, what it is saying is that there is no happiness in cyclic existence.
아나 가지나 잠을 가자냐 요도 그랬어.
Because everything is always, problem in cyclic existence.
애들이 돼.
Is it like that?
아니 지금 벤조 가세 남중하도 미가 삼나 가래. 벤조 강이 면하던가 지고용거를 해상 거래.
So, normally people think that if I don't have financial difficulties, then I'll be very happy, right?
그래? 내가 남중하도 삼 거래. 제가 다 주도 제대로 벤조 에차잖아. 당간도 단다 배랑. Who's the more richest person this time? Look at the Tesla. Elon Musk. You can say maybe. Do you think he's very happy right now? So he have a lot of competitions. I'm not to agree with that, but an example like that. Who's more famous? They have a lot of competitions. Therefore, maybe they don't get sleep. A lot stressful, like that. No. It doesn't give the happiness, the main things. Okay? I'm going to jago pombo to them. I'm going to I'm going to get a chimotion and chiboy somebody. And then Gamila Kedang, the Rashian Mobile.
And then some people, of course, not some, but just many of us, we think that if I'm a famous person, then I will be happy. If I become famous, I'll be happy. But then there's so many famous people who commit suicide, right?
제다 아니 땀 되게 가라고 내가 되게야 아니 내가 되게 나와서 된다 속도와.
And then from there we can see that the fame and praise doesn't give us happiness either.
아니 왕차 가서 치우쳐 받는 것도 되는 거. 왕차 그 가르치지는 내가 지워서 대야요 말했어.
And then some people think that, if I have a power, if I can do whatever I want to do, if I have the power over other people and over the world, then I will be very happy.
And now we are thinking like, my wife doesn't listen to me, my husband doesn't listen to me, my kids doesn't listen to me. I don't have the power. But example, like what called the Russia president of the Russia. Yeah, he has a lot of power. He can control the whole country. And the Chinese president Xi Jinping, they can control for very easily. Power. I'm sure they're very stressful. Yeah, I think when we talk about that, and here they say you're only looking for, or you spend your life to name and 가서 땀다 녀다 자자나 지대바나 저랑 코알라 탄도글로 제가 말해 코알라 탄도글로 맞잖아 아니 야네한테 대자지 않고는 거대 그래서.
So if you're seeking that name and fame for this life, then you will not have a wish to be free from cycle existence or to achieve liberation. So if you don't have that wish to be free from cycle existence, then you will be born in cycle existence again and again.
제가 된 깨워 지바시 시키던데 가르치 그래 년주 깨워든 지금도 그랬어. 자주고 섬 깨워든 지금도 용거 말했어.
So all the very best is destroyed, like it says here. And so what is the very best, that will be destroyed is the renunciation. You will not be able to have renunciation, will not be able to have bodhicitta. And so those intention wanting to achieve liberation, wanting to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all, will be destroyed.
아니 예된데나 차도다 부두토바 지발 시에드나 양 가서 민 차도 쇼요라고 민 차도요 저도.
So the envy, right? So people who envy, do like or jealousy, people who are jealous and envy, that will be to the good qualities. So do you guys have jealousy or envy?
A little bit, not much, a little bit. 제가 된데가 차도요 봐야나야. 아니 소소지 연대가가 매와 차도 그래서. 근데 얘는 얘한테 찌운다고 말했어.
And so if you have that kind of jealousy or jealousy in others, then that will that will destroy your qualities. So all the quality you not see any qualities in others.
제가 아니 소소가 센터다 심하니까 이제 연대차가 마음 매와 차도 그래서.
And so all the qualities, all the good qualities of this life and future life will be destroyed.
어제 다 된대니 봐. 제가 다 들어가려면 내차 세당 공조 두두고 생활도 만들어 제고 그래. 내가도 제 마셔 왔듯이. 제거와 돼 가도나 참 이제 상식을 쓰면 삼바야 뭐 미야고 제고 그래.
So what he's saying is that you should not, what you should not, have, is the anger, jealousy, attachment, ignorance, and so forth. What you should have is loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, and so forth.
상어가 미세게 알로만 loneliness 하지. 나서 슐레다 미간가. 근데 소소 주부해야 딱 주부 아키 리밋 런사지도 이렇게 따와야 된다. 여자 때스 말이나 소소 쿠조라 소소 주부 대가를. 단소 아니 나서 소데 이제는 샴바다. 이제 먹을 요거요.
Especially in America, people have this disease which they don't kind of realize is that called loneliness. So they want to be alone. So I want my privacy. I want to be alone, like that. So that it comes from not having loving kindness and compassion towards others.
제가 미 셴베가 소설 소대와 저게 왔다 소설 저렇게 말해.
So you don't feel that you are given happiness by others.
You guys feel like that? All our happiness depends for others. How many people believe that? Can you raise hand? All our, like maybe say, not maybe 100%, like maybe say, most our happiness depends for others. Okay? You see, three, not.
Well, other than I don't know.
Yeah, do you remember, I have some experience one time. I mean, I met so many different people. And, many different people, different countries. There's one time, many times, when the people come, they want to talk with me. I don't have any power. I'm just a regular person. I'm just very different about the monk. But some people, they trust me. That they come to be with me on their problems. I just take serious to listen them, just about their problems. Till they finish talk, they feel, Vishila, thank you, sir. Oh, I didn't do anything. They feel they can talk what they want, something. A lot of things they just, right? People just hide here. They don't trust, whatever they want. Therefore, if you're able to share your problems, someone you trust, if he or she also take like serious, answer eye contact, and other person feel like clean up. Like, you hold you go to the bathroom, you hold that looking bathroom, running, maybe lines. able to go there. Really, I have this many people have me that, they feel, for very stressful, very, unhappy. I just listen. After I didn't do anything, but they feel too better. It shows your happiness depends for, right? A lot of people like that. Therefore, if all our happiness, maybe not 100%, like most of our happiness depends for others, but we don't recognize that. I say, I wanted to happiness for my own. A very strong self-grasping or subjection. Me, I. I don't like that. I don't want that. Or I believe like that. If someone says, no, it's not true, then we got mad. According to Buddhism, it's totally wrong. You need to change thought. I am dependent for others. My happiness depends for others. If you're able to think that here, like that, then we are really jealous, we are jealous, so jealous. In the country, and in Chagdo, the future boy, and in Suzu, and it's said, they can me.
So if one has a strong jealousy like that, then one's good qualities of this life will be destroyed.
Okay. The talk goes na.
And so what we should think, is that we should think that, I should not be very attached, to the name and fame.
And then Mishembe Joshua, Mish Pacho, Janja, Kaduna. Kaduna. Manche, Mi Pacho, Janja, Saturday, Mares.
And I should not be looking at the faults of others all the time.
I don't know. Mi Janja, so each of them is Ragmara.
Because if you only look at the faults of others, then you will not find anybody that you can trust.
Cheza, Patu Chichila, Yichichi. And Mi Pacho, Susola, Pentoy, what is Corna, and then Susoya. It should only that come to Boji, that name.
So if you can trust with others and then think that others are very beneficial for us, then we feel much more relaxed.
Okay. I think like that. I'm not talk too much. Any questions? Yes.
So that means that for you to really be happy, you need to have healthy relationships with other people and not be focused on yourself. Is that really what?
Yeah. Do as much as you can. You have to also skillful. If someone really bothers you, you have to just run away. So okay, I have to patient, not like that. Therefore, very skillful. Skillful way to practice is very important. Not just white and black. You need to be skillful. Okay. Question?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sometimes there's a situation where someone praises and you know that the praise is not genuine, or that person is praising them because they have selfish motive. That can be a situation where anger and disgust can easily rise. This person is putting you on. But then I guess it's still about doing what's right, but for your own mind. Right?
What's right? Okay, guys.
Mission that they project mission that they join you now. When I mission that when I got join thing you now, that must control Sajua must for us.
The micro budget, that made the joy that I
Yeah, it's possible that other person can be really bad and can be really doing bad things, but it is again, it's not the person himself, it's the mind, the bad mind of the person, the delusional mind of the person that's causing the person to be a bad person or act in a bad way. So therefore, becoming angry at the person doesn't help you. But if you want to become angry, then become angry at the person's faults or delusions.
Okay. Okay, you have no question, then you can finish. I've got day off. 제가 때 두 전에까지 남비 주대 배 자체 니마치 타마치 나도 돼 세는 거로 더 말해 나도 장토 말해.
So, like I mentioned before, meditation is very important, and it's something that we have to do it on a daily basis or for a long period of time. Just by thinking once or twice, you will not be accustomed with that thought. So, in order to be accustomed to that thought, you have to meditate for a long period of time.
제가 단 내는 맞아. 단 나도 되게 가르쳐서. 가지는 가 밑돌아 다는데 그러나 가그로 왔다. 그때 야부샤 매워다. 되게 좋아하려고 나도.
And so, what we learned today, is that we should not be attached, to the name and fame. And so, this is what is taught here. But then we have to go back and think ourselves again and again, or meditate again and again by thinking that being praised, doesn't mean that I'll be happy. Being praised, it's not really something I should be attached to, like that. So you have to keep thinking like that.
근데 된리가 아니 땀나 년다이나 이것도 잘 요사 말해 가지고 삼아 초들래 거.
And so then when you keep on thinking like that, then you will not be attached. So, oh yeah, even if somebody praises me, I don't necessarily become happy.
Do you watch sometimes the Holy Walks people, red carpet, very fancy?
Hollywood.
Do you think they're all very happy? I think they're very stressful. They're already up there. They don't want to lose up. They want, we eat as much as what we want. We go to hamburgers, Dunkin' Donuts, all the junk foods. We can walk for everywhere. But those people really fan, they cannot eat things they want. They cannot go there what I want. They're really up there, very careful. They don't want to lose their, called their name. Yeah, their image. Therefore, they're not very. We feel they're very happy, but then I'm not saying they're bad. They're good. They're good luck guys. Guys, good. They're already there. Congratulations for them. But it doesn't bring the happiness for them. You need to understand the two differences. Okay, I'm not saying they're a bad person. Okay, they're very good. It makes a lot of people happy, right? You guys, people come crazy. Remember, one time I went to New York. His Holiness teaching. His Holiness came. People like that. The richer can come in. Growth like happy. Shouting. Really whole become like crazy. They're just looking for very different ways to name. Or he's already Hollywood guy, right? Therefore, like that. But when you go to red carpet, go to CNN, very famous dad. It doesn't bring the name to happiness. I think we are more relaxed. We can eat whatever, we can go wherever. Therefore, what he hears, don't looking for only the names and the praise. Don't waste your time because it doesn't bring the happiness. We don't say that, who already have that bad, they're good. They're good luck. They got that. We're not that. We don't have jealous about that. But it doesn't bring.
So we have to be able to separate that, right? So we're not saying that those people are bad. They are very fortunate. They are very lucky. They're very fortunate to have that kind of name and fame. But that name and fame doesn't really bring the happiness to them. So I mean, there are some benefits that they get, from the name and fame. So it's their profit that they got the name and fame, and it's our loss that we don't get that name and fame.
But we more or less. Okay. Yes.
Well, the common thing is we shouldn't outsource our happiness, because if the person that praises us makes us happy, we give them power, because then the next day they say, oh, you're nothing, you're an idiot. Now you're crying, right? So you want to give all your power away to somebody, go ahead, but you're not going to like the end result. So you're going to have to do all those things yourself. Like you have an object, car, this external object. Why do we like anything in life? Because of the feeling it creates within us. I like this woman. I like this car. I like this big house. Why? Well, because it feels good. So I guess you have to like transcend the object or the trigger and control your own state. You can have those internal states yourself. Yeah, objects are nice too, but you can transcend it. And this it's a question of balance, or you're always a beggar because you don't control it. If you don't control it, you're a beggar. Oh, I hope I get praise. Oh, I hope I don't get. Who wants to be like that? Just.
그래서 전화 고맙습니다.
코로나 다 알았다. 간저기 다 대화기 주디. 대화 연습이 주디 다 치료라 시티에 있나 되네. 간저 대화 이거 말했어. 그거는 난기 삼로게 대화 제거를 마치게 치기다 삼로다 치기 윤을 동전들이라. 그냥 한바지보다 뭐라지보다 게면나바지 모두 대속이 되는 거들로 그런 대화 되게 말했어. 일단 이나 가족에다가 건조기 가서 대화 되게 삼바이나 내가 가서한테 폰도 그래서 가서는 건조기야 가서 미션 거라게 저 미션 돌아다니는 가서 가보시기로 아니 then that 돌아다니는 가우를 삼바이나 되네 니머지 미타하는 가서 메라다는 가서 되네 그래서 동안 용기라서 안데 저는 가서 철로라파 제대로 말아서 나로라는데 저거 있어요.
You sure?
I'm not sure of anything, but it sounds good.
No, that's right. That's correct. That's correct. You understand? Are you doing that? This is the second question. Yeah, this is true. But for us, we know things, but we don't do things. It's a lot of things. I think all of us, most people come here, they have pretty good education for Dharma, what's right and what's wrong, including myself. We things we do not really follow. Like, the doctor said, don't go to the hamburger. I like something. Therefore, I didn't really avoid. It's avoid. Anyway, like that, that's good, yeah. Mark, he really found the sources. Now, it depends. I think you all also maybe don't say that you already know things we don't really follow. Try to follow as much as we can. Okay? If you follow like every day like that, maybe 1 month, you become a different person. That means you don't have to show some different things in your outside.
Yes, it says change your aspiration or change your thought, but stay same physically. Like you don't have to change your physical body; just change your mind.
But it's very, very difficult to change our mind, our thoughts. But if we walk, it's possible. Like winter is very cold, right? Like last couple months, below 0, 18th, 20th, right? It did it. Like the next day, like 40s. How can it become possible? Maybe they switch on off. No, like heat. It shows everything to change. Really. When sometimes we are very happy, very exciting. The moment the one sentence makes very unhappy, right? You have experience like that? Just one word. It shows can change. Sometimes we think we really luck. And then we had that. It shows it can change, right? Therefore, why then we don't change? We don't really try. We think I like that, or I don't like that, or I'm my personality, I like that way. We don't want to change that. Or I like that. Therefore, it's good. Anyway, try to recite or read the one verses, think a little bit, analytical meditation, then check ourselves. Already he said, not looking for happiness for our outside, or to happiness come inside, become more stable, more power. Looking outside, what we say, one day he said, oh, you're very good. Second day, boy, you're bad, very bad person. We say, oh, like that, okay? Then the combined Buddhism is the tool to change our mind. We don't change all the minds, bad minds. What means bad minds? What kind of thought comes to your mind? It makes you unhappy, your friends, family not happy. You need to change that mind. Therefore, in order to do that, we need to study. Takes time. Here's the 108 books Buddha composed. Other side, 100, 220 books, commentary the books. And right now we just study. We are like kindergarten. Kindergarten books we study. We didn't go to all the trips. Therefore, we think, oh, I've studied a lot, but we not really studied. Therefore, there are a lot of things in that. And also, fortunately, fortunate is not translated for English. Even sometimes they translate English, also they change the meanings. Therefore, the Buddhism is the philosophy, change our mind, change our thought, develop for our education. Okay, like that. Then we stop. You got any questions? Looks not okay. You don't have question, then goodbye. I'm not finished yet. Okay.
Please turn to page 39 of the Kurukulla Center Prayer Book for Thanksgiving Model Offering. Saji perni juchi metok tramri amrichi megentati sangye jindu meke purani dokon nam dacheng lacher pasho Jesur rame kutse rapten
Joen
Shoncher de padam Rosante pedre mesa suki Roe sel pagume yochi Ira My two collections of Asta space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach the state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, my Geshe. May I find the best of complete graded paths for the teachings, and may I please all Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I concern them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings not yet spread, or once spread in decline. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. Like even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit in joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in mind till samsara's end. Save for the snowland teachings of transmigratory beings who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion. Notice the hand Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49, the short long life prayer of Lama Zopa Rinpoche.
You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading among us victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please, lift all. Your form embodies all Buddhas. Your nature is that of Mahashadara. You are the root of the three jewels. Homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings, O Protector, to be cared for by you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O Protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples wherever you manifest Buddhahood, that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Mahashadara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana and a spiritual master, source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them flawlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers or misleading friends. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the Bodhi mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind process solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57, the prayer of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every saint without exception in that faith. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Mitzvah. Lama Zopa.
Okay, thank you everyone. Also, you here, you don't have to run away. You can just also introduce each other. We have the bookstore, we have library, we have some water, you can make some tea, we have some cookie, blessed cookies. No, you don't have to, okay, finish your rap, no, nothing, okay? No, you can know each other, introduce each other. Some new people, you can ask us some also senior students too. What's that? What's that? What is that? Ask questions. Okay? Just you go to library. Go to library, you don't have to run, right? You just spend time. So there are a lot of books you can read. Okay? When you're hungry, also there are some cookies. When you're thirsty, there are some juice. And then you want some tea, or you can make some tea also there. Okay? Like that. Okay, thank you. But you guys, sorry, too far away to let that. Okay?
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you,
John.
Geshe. Thank you
Some
all.
people, some people, good night.
Thank you, Geshe.
Laura and Linda, good night.